Riots. I've watched this city burn twice in my lifetime, and the most notable event was the reaction of the politicians in the aftermath, as they proclaimed the injustice of the system and demanded a new deal for the hapless and the poor. Nothing was corrected last time. Nothing will change this time. The poor will remain poor. The unemployed will remain so. The homeless will remain homeless. And the politicians, fat upon the land, will thrive forever. Oh, hello there. I didn't see you guys come in. I was just reading a little bit from, it's not the Bitcoin Standard. It's Charles Bukowski sifting through the madness for the word, the line, and the way. New poems from Bukowski. That one was called Riots. He's talking about the city burning, losing everything. What a nightmare. But let's just get started today on Bitcoin Talk Show. We've got Coin Packets joining us. Hello, Coin Packets.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Thomas.
Doing good this morning, and just going to get started on the news. Today is Friday, August 31st, 2018. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin was down 0.48% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 6,952, a high of 7,014, and a low of 6,810. That's $1 for 14,368 Satoshis. Bitcoin stubbornly staying underneath the 15,000 Satoshi barrier. Checking out the top 10 altcoins by volume weighted against the price of Bitcoin. Ethereum down 1.5%, Bitcoin Cash even, EOS up 2.5%, Dash up 1.25%, Litecoin down 0.75%, Ethereum Classic down 0.5 point, Ripple up 1.25%, Zcash down almost 4%, and Ontology sneaking back into the top 10, down 1.5 points. Checking out the top distributed applications, IDEX above 2,000 users all week, a new record for a distributed application. Fork Delta in second place with around 1,200. CryptoKitties moving into third, but still the all 500 under 500 user category. Looks like it's getting worse as CryptoKitties, Fair Dap Infinity have 400 users or so. Bancor 300, POW 3D 320, Ethereum 300. We are getting down to it. Still less than 5,000 or so daily active users for the top 5 distributed applications. Checking out Blocktivity, EOS, Steam, and BitShares in the top 3 as per usual. Then there's Ethereum, always full, 84,000 unconfirmed transactions. Bitcoin temporarily full with 10,000 unconfirmed transactions. Checking out our Tallycoin fundraiser, we're now up to 0.0777. That seems very lucky on our quest to raise $1 million to spread the word about Bitcoin. You can donate now using a Bitcoin wallet to scan the QR code on your screen. You can also get your own Tallycoin campaign at tallyco.in. Just bring your own Bitcoin address and raise money, whether it's for your local charity group or to buy a guitar or get a new microphone. Whatever you need to raise money for, you can use Tallycoin for free. Checking out the World Crypto Network, where we now have 60,880 subscribers, just 120 subscribers away from our goal of 61,000 subscribers. Can we do it? Will you push the subscribe button? And after you push the subscribe button, be sure to hit that bell to get notified about every new video. Checking out yesterday, we had one show, Thursday morning Bitcoin talk show. Let's check it out. This was the later show because I was out in the morning at an appointment. So we got a little less than usual because we weren't on in our normal time slot. Remember to give this show a thumbs up because it's free, and that helps other people on YouTube find this video. Yesterday, we got 81 thumbs up for 895 views. It's almost like the two are correlated. The more thumbs up we get, the more views we get. Anyway, let's check out what we all came here to see. Yesterday's comments. Yesterday's comments. Crypto Noobs write, Thomas and Max obliterate the Bitcoin isn't backed by anything narrative at 110 and 59. He includes a timestamp. Way to go. Club 80 agrees, says, lol was funny and true. 'Twas a fun and fair debate. I'm in the middle of that narrative right now. And it's fun to see the way that different people watch the show. Some people watch it live, some people watch it later. A lot of people watch it on fast speed. They hear me talking much faster, so I don't have to take any time to think or have any pauses. It's amazing, the power of YouTube. Crypto Noobs talks about WCN having to fend off a 51% attack from a rogue moderator. Big trouble. And he says the show is too important for out of control behavior like that. Keep fighting the good fight. And BL Doin also commented on the little moderation problem we have, saying that the globe is getting more yellow pins every day. And Mustafa, who is always on the move, has his own pin color. Isn't that great? We also met Fred, who's so enthusiastic that Denmark accepts Bitcoin because of him. Max and Coin Packets also contributed their personal touches, and all thanks to Mad Bitcoin's energy. So it was worth the wait, and it was a special episode, timestamp from beginning to end. Alan Billsborough writes, the only reason I watch this is to hear Thomas say, yesterday's comment. I did it twice. And Roy Westbecker writes in with a timestamp. Way to go, Roy, at 4246. He says, love that Dandelion project and Samurai Wallet. Good stuff from yesterday's comments. Thanks again for everyone for contributing in the comment section and for giving us a thumbs up and a share. Our number one story today, and we're stopping everything to talk about this. We titled the show after this. Bitcoin gets awareness boost from mention on Eminem's new album, Kamikaze. And that's right, the new Eminem album dropped today. And as it says in this Forbes article, the 9th track on the album, Not Alike, featuring Royce da 5'9". Royce claims, remember everybody used to bite nickel? Now everybody's doing Bitcoin. And we have, for commentary purposes, approximately 10 seconds of the song. We're going to stop very quickly. Here you go. Everybody used to bite nickel, now everybody doing Bitcoin. That was pretty good, man. I think we play again.
Yeah.
Everybody doing chick joints, probably Bobby's little dudes at this point. Remember everybody used to bite nickel, now everybody doing Bitcoin. We don't got.
And Coin Packets is joining us live to talk about this. Coin Packets, what do you think about Eminem and Royce da 5'9" mentioning Bitcoin in their new song?
Well, first of all, I did not know Royce da 5'9" was still engaged in rap like that, but that was an awesome line. I'm not gonna lie, that was good. And Eminem, hey, keep bringing on some Bitcoin experts. I like it.
It is pretty great, and there's going to be a lot of mainstream mentions about this. As you said before the show, remember that 50 Cent once had his album for sale in Bitcoin, and may or may not have held the Bitcoin, probably not, but we wish he did. He could have made a lot more money, but it's great stuff whenever Bitcoin's mentioned in the popular culture, and you guys should definitely check out the song "Not Alike" by Eminem on the new album Kamikaze. I was listening to a little bit of the album earlier. It's still very good. He's got the Kamikaze, the title track. I listened to that a couple times. He's already got controversy surrounding him. And I really can't believe this, how far the culture's gotten, because I've listened to Eminem albums from years before and so on and so forth. And he talks about censorship. Even one time on the last album, he talks about a previous line he couldn't use, but now that he could use. And then he puts it in, and he seems to get in trouble constantly with this word for a bundle of sticks. If you have a small stick or a bundle of sticks, it's called a F with some other things in the word. And so Eminem keeps using this word, right? And he's got bundle of sticks problems. And what's great about this album, especially the song Kamikaze, he edits the words. He actually says F, you know, so it's like it's in there, you know what the word is, but he's already self-editing the word to try to be okay with our culture. And sure, he's using the word negatively to have a fight with Tyler, the Creator. I should get those lyrics up because they're really good too. Let's see, Eminem.
Has Tyler the Creator, has he mentioned Bitcoin?
I
Because he
don't know.
seems like someone that would be up on Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
This kind of feels like the first major mention of Bitcoin in rap, maybe even in song, in like a mainstream song. The main thing about this is we've had lots of like Bitcoin rappers and people coming at it from the Bitcoin side, and lots of homemade music and good stuff. But this feels like it's coming from the other side. I guess
Yeah, this will
there's
probably be the bigger artists, the biggest artists that mention it, but it has been mentioned in other
yeah,
like I guess Eastern rappers like Big Sean. I don't know if you know these guys, but there's a big song out called Big Bank or something like that by YG.
Mhm.
There's Nicki Minaj, all these other people on here, Big Sean. And Big Sean basically talks about using cryptocurrencies to pay for a chick's tuition. So
Yeah, see, now
it's getting there.
I can't even find this thing where he's talking about Tyler the Creator in here. So annoying.
Bitcoin.
But yeah, he self edits the song and they're still calling him out for a homophobic slur when he self edited the song. It's culture is getting a little out of control. But the second story, that's definitely the main story about this album. But the second story about this album is that Royce 5'9" mentions Bitcoin. Not quite as good as Eminem mentioning Bitcoin. I want to sell it. I want to go out there and put the Eminem name on everything and say Eminem's into Bitcoin now, but like we gotta subdue ourselves and say that Royce to 5'9". So you say you've heard of Royce to 5'9"? My brother said he was old school, that he used to rap with Eminem like back in the day. So
Yeah, he's like one of the original guys that came out with Eminem when he first got on the scene. He's 2008. Look at that. Probably even earlier than that.
it says he ghost wrote for Diddy and Dr. Dre. That's super cool. So he's like behind the scenes type guy. Very cool.
Well, he was born in 1987.
There you go. Oh, 77 it says.
Okay, 77.
A
All
little
right.
bit.
So 1987 is when he started, I guess. 10 years old.
Started rapping, man. Into it.
What do
So
you want?
anyway, he's the new hero of Bitcoin now.
It's awesome.
Somebody come in here and edit the Wikipedia article. Let's see.
Hero
Discography, personal life.
of Bitcoin.
I know. Jeez, they have them all in sections. You have to actually put it in the section, I guess. I'm looking at where I can scam it in here. Let's see.
So would we say that Wikipedia is decentralized then? Since anyone could just edit the site?
Decentralized is more about like if I could hit the website with a nuclear bomb, would the website still be there? So in that way, Wikipedia is not decentralized. It'll be
No.
pretty easy to like smack them down. The editing process. I mean, it's kind of distributed, right? Because it's spread out all over the world, and you don't have to be in any kind of office to edit for Wikipedia. You don't have to, do anything like that. But
but the servers are centralized.
yeah.
So unless they're distributed as well.
50 greatest rappers.
Wow, look at this on the fly editing.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm trying to find like a nice way to stick it on the end of the line, because I'm just gonna do it and take a picture of it, and then they're gonna cancel it. So let's see.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Sheffield 37 mentioned Everypedia. Have you heard of that one, Thomas? I guess that's a decentralized version of, or maybe a private version of Wikipedia.
Yeah, it sounds like the same old thing. Maybe did they print a token, and are they gonna pay you in their token if you edit their website?
Oh God.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know those details, but we'll check it out. Royce is considered to be a hero of Bitcoin. That's awesome. Man, on the fly editing. I like it.
Well, there we go. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see, show preview.
Ooh, Everpedia is
Look, there it is right
tokenized.
there. Like, it's maybe I should put some more spaces in. It didn't get the space, but still not good enough.
There you go.
Where do I save this? I have to go back. You are not logged in. Edit source. Cancel.
Damn.
Changes. Damn, Wikipedia's interface sucks, huh? Oh, here we go. Oh, and I get to edit again down here in this big mess. Let's see. I thought there should be a space there. Are they quoting these things in refs? Put in spaces probably won't work. Let's try this.
Put the BR. Oh, you know that's just a blank space. You just do a BR.
Yeah, but then it'll be a new line. I want it to fit in. All right,
Oh, you want it to be
let's
part
do
of
it.
the
Here we go,
paragraph?
guys. Let's fix Wikipedia together.
Cite
And
your
it was
sources.
saved. So now I need to zoom out a little bit. I can get a nice picture of this. There it is. And now I'm making him a hero of Bitcoin. Everyone, take note. This is how you make history. Kind of. And then also expose all your stuff. Here, look at this screen. Let's see all my... Did you know? And then let's see. I'm going to need a good link here.
Mr. Sheffield. So yeah, apparently Everpedia is a tokenized version of Wikipedia. So there's to that website.
Nice.
And
I'm making this true right here.
And on top of that, it's an EOS token.
That's great. Yeah, I think it'll take off.
Yeah, it's going to the moon.
Moon.
It's ranked 1400 on CoinMarketCap.
Okay, there you go. So now if you guys retweet this, then you will make it true. And if this gets enough retweets, Wikipedia won't be able to edit. Oh, you have a new message about your last change.
Uh-oh.
Oh, bet they took it down already. Oh, it's so gone.
What message could they have possibly sent?
Oh, I'm sure that it's not. You didn't provide a reliable source. That's not fair. Okay, I'm going to include a citation. Okay, where do I go? This is so not fair. Okay,
Wasn't there a period where Wikipedia was begging for money? It almost got shut down or something?
They're always begging for money, but they hate it when you try to contribute. Whenever you try to contribute, they're like, no, like do more work for us for free. And I'm like, but I just did work for you for free. And they're like, no, do more work for free. So, oh, well, it's gone. It's into the rabbit hole. But that's why I took screenshots.
There we go.
There you go. Screenshot. It was real. Here you can see right here. I was on Wikipedia. The same Wikipedia that has no articles about mad Bitcoins, mind you. But yeah, there it is.
Shame. It's a shame.
That's a shame. It's a shame. So anyway, there it is. That's your big news of the day. Eminem, Royce59 mentioning Bitcoin in the song. There it is. Philippe has a new graphic out called Altcoins. Look at that. Looks like one of them has his helmet off. That's not going to go well. The other one is lurching forward. They're dying on the moon. Bobby Lee reminds us that forget about blockchain applications and distributed ledger technology. If you put bad data in them, you get bad data out. China officials faked water tests. So they used bottled water to test the test results. So then they could put the test results on a blockchain and they would be blockchain verified data test results that are still completely wrong. This whole blockchain thing doesn't make any sense. It's some kind of global delusion that they can take parts of Bitcoin and use it for something better than Bitcoin. They're in complete denial. It's totally bizarre.
I don't know about you, but blockchain-based water just sounds so much more refreshing than regular water.
Dude, it is better. Look at that Long Island blockchain iced tea company. The iced
Right.
tea is going to taste better because it came on a blockchain, right?
It's gonna be so much colder, so much sweeter, the right amount of sourness. It's gonna be great.
Well, and I heard they brought back the New York Seltzer company, but they should change their name to Blockchain New York Seltzer. Get tons more money.
It's horrible.
Got big news in Japan today. Rakuten, the major electronics exchange that's been taking Bitcoin, is acquiring a local cryptocurrency exchange. That's right. They're buying their own Bitcoin exchange called Everybody's Bitcoin. That's a funny name. But they're paying 12.5. It has a market capitalization of $12.5 billion, and they bought it for 2.4 million. Andy Hoffman on Twitter here says that Amazon will likely do the same thing.
Wow, that exchange rate from yen to US dollars is it's pretty alarming. 264 yen goes down to $2.4 million. Wow. Okay.
That's right. It's a big change. And Andy predicts that Amazon will do the same, that they'll buy an exchange. We also saw Facebook maybe flirting with the idea of buying Coinbase. We'll see some major acquisitions and mergers.
That
As
would be the perfect marriage.
don't you think so?
Coinbase and Facebook. Yes, it would be. Just two
Everyone
disasters.
gets a wallet. Everyone
Yeah.
gets a wallet. Pretty good. So it looks like we have someone in the chat who doesn't understand English or the way that we're speaking. So we'll go back over this one more time for you in case you don't get it. I am the Chinese government, and I am assigned to do a water test. Instead of using actual water from the river, I use water from a bottle. I fake the test. I put the fake test results in the blockchain. You verify that the results are in the blockchain, and they are uneditable for all time, and I can never change these results. The blockchain has just been used to verify data that is false. Okay. Does this person get it? You can verify data, and it's certainly always there, and it's always going to report that we use the wrong water. So it's false data inside of a verified blockchain. So if the diamond producer lies to you and said the diamonds are clean, and then they put it on a blockchain, and you buy your diamond in New York City, but you check it on the blockchain first, the blockchain delivered to you information that has never been changed. The blockchain, that part is true, but the data itself can still be a lie. At any point along the chain, all of this, your say like the farm to table, this lettuce came directly from the farm and never had a pesticide on it because the farmer verified it, but the farmer lied. So the farmer put false data inside of the farm blockchain data thing, and then the false data just gets sent up and down the line. Like, you understand it, right? You can be from this DLT blockchain industry and be all like rah for it, but the way they're selling it on TV, the way they're talking to people about it at conferences, the way they're selling people is, we have solved the data verification problem. That all this information, we put it into a blockchain and it becomes true. And that is not true. They've not solved the diamond problem. If you lie at the beginning of the chain, it's a lie at the end of the chain. The blockchain keeps the lie the same, right?
Right. Whatever comes in, comes out.
Garbage in, garbage out. That's it.
Man, they are having a little competition on what the new name of Facebook and Coinbase would be. So I got some some qualifiers here. I like Coinface the best, but we have FaceBase and Coinbook as other options.
FaceBase. Yeah, I like FaceBase because it sounds like something you fell on. Like, I fell on my FaceBase.
Right.
Coinbook is too good. Coinbook they'll do. That's like, yeah, Coinbook is too, that's a coin face. Fake coin.
Fake coin. Yeah, it'll seem like main ones. Oh yeah, you got a real good fan here, a real blockchain fan in
Yeah,
the
dude,
chat.
he's all into the DLT technologies, and he thinks that people should stop talking about it and that there shouldn't be any kind of media or any kind of discussion group going on. We should all be coding. We should be chained to our desks coding. And if
Right.
you're not coding, you can't do anything of value, is what he's saying there. He's like, you should be building things. Like right now, entertaining 100 people for free, asking them to give us a thumbs up and a share. You should be building things. We've got an interesting story from Hacker
Yeah.
News. Maersk, the major shipping company, you see them everywhere. They installed 100-foot tall rotating sails onto one of its tankers. So that's right. They're using wind power as a partial solution to cut fuel costs because it's so expensive to buy fuel these days.
Never heard of them.
No, come on, Maersk.
Never heard of these guys, but okay,
This
that's
is,
awesome.
well, it's the world's largest shipping container company. So
Yeah, those are one of those companies that are just really low profile. Oh, actually, I think
now,
I've seen that on a truck.
exactly, yeah. Now that I've told you about it, you're gonna see it
Yeah.
everywhere. This is
Yeah.
a Maersk, and the other one is called like APL, and you see them everywhere. And APL even has a creepy looking logo. Let's see, I think it's them shipping. Yeah, they're just huge. This is the other one, and they have a super. I'm not gonna say the word, but you know what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's kind of a like not a logo I put on the side of my
You're
truck.
right. It's
But you
pretty
know,
German.
and this is a big company. But yeah, it's probably the Austrian eagle, if I had to say it in a nice way.
Yeah, that's
But
the perfect way to put it.
it was
That's
used for other things. So
yeah.
yeah, but APL and Maersk are pretty much like the biggest shipping companies in the world, and this is pretty amazing. Like we're going forward and we're going backwards, and they unfortunately they don't seem to have a picture. I guess it would be hang between these two things. It would be a big sail here. I don't know, but just the idea of a sail on a big new tanker is pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're perfect for blockchain because whenever you talk about blockchain, some of those images that pop up are these container images of like containers just stacked on top of each other.
Exactly.
So
And
yeah.
both these companies are also getting into the whole let's blockchain the supply chain idea. Is really, I don't think they switched to computers. I don't think they switched to databases, and they
Right.
still have pieces of paper, and they're like, instead of saying let's database everything, they're saying we could get 10 times more funding for our IT department if we call it blockchain everything. And the IT guys are probably pulling out their hair and saying we could just do this on a database that's spread across 7 different computers and you get the same effect, right? It's still locked down, still the employees can backdoor it. Same thing as their private blockchain, right? Same exact thing can be backdoored and doesn't verify the truth. Shipping
Yeah.
container, I tell you, it's full of this. It gets there. It's not full of that. The blockchain verified the truth. It was on the blockchain, but you know, you got the wrong stuff. So it just doesn't
Hey,
make sense.
those guys in IT, just shut up and just say the word blockchain and take the extra money. That's all you got to do. You'll be fine. You only have to really run a blockchain. Just do what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna do anyway. And just have a distributed database that runs efficiently. But just say it's a blockchain just to get some more cash.
Sheffield says the towers here are the actual sails and that they rotate. Are they gathering wind like a windmill? That's
Now
pretty
this is
interesting.
getting very interesting.
Because if like the big thing about gathering wind is if these were really spinning, they might tip the ship over, right? Wind power. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking, well, no, it says high-tech sails. I wasn't just reading that. They're testing high-tech sails. It's funny. He thinks YouTube will purge me.
We got a whistleblower in the chat.
Dude, he's gonna take us down. Here it is, YouTube, and go find something better to do with your time. Sorry, man.
Oh, it was coming.
He's going back to programming. He's like, this just saves me to do more work. They did me a favor, so we did do you a favor. As always, excited about the new Eminem album here on Twitter. Got some quotes, got the lines. Remember, everybody used to bite nickel. Now everybody doing Bitcoin. So very cool stuff. Andy Hoffman said that the futures contracts expired today at 8 o'clock. We saw a pretty nice move upward in Bitcoin after that. This is only a 1 hour chart, so the volume doesn't mean anything, but still half a percentage point, just boop right up. And also, we should check out Andy's show. I think right about now, Andy Hoffman is probably live on the World Crypto Network.
Oh, nice.
Check it out here on YouTube. I've got another window. I always have one more window. Let's see. There's us, Bitcoin Talk Show. Where's Andy? It's not there. They make it so hard to find new live videos on YouTube. Basically, they don't show them until they're live. So it doesn't help. But oh well, we'll see. We'll check later. Maybe we can find Andy's show, see if it's still on. And then we're running out of tweets. And all that we have now is this incredible fact from Wikipedia. How awesome that is that Royce is considered to be a hero of Bitcoin after mentioning the cryptocurrency in Not Alike from the Eminem album Kamikaze. So there it is. Bitcoin, famous in the Wikipedia. Cool. And we talked about shipping containers. We talked about the Japanese e-commerce, Rakuten acquiring a local crypto exchange, Facebook, Coinbase could be next. A Dutch central bank advisor, Bitcoin price changes with Google search activity. Well, duh. Duh. I thought everyone knew that. Oh, well. Cool. Other people in the chat gone. Bitcoin price loses 10% in August, but maybe long-term bottom is in. We've got analysis on Bitcoin from CoinDesk and Omkar Godbull. Let's just go straight to the view. Bitcoin's long-tailed monthly candle indicates the long-term bear market likely bottomed out around 6,000. A break above the July high of 8,500 would confirm a bullish reversal. A monthly close below 6,000 would signal a revival of the sell-off from the December high of 20K. So which way is it going to go? Tell us right now, Coin Packets. Will it go above 8,500 or will it go below 6,000? No answer. An appropriate prediction. Bitcoin tonight.
Oh, I was on mute. Sorry, I said I called 6,000.
Oh, 6,000.
Nice and bearish.
It's a low, going bearish. Oh, come on. I'm gonna disagree entirely. It just stays at 7,500 forever. 7,500 forever. Done.
I think it needs to crush some more people first before it goes back up.
Nice.
I think we're done crushing them.
Someone in the chat got an email reminder that Andy Hoffman is now live. So we're checking that out. I've got my other window here. There it is. Excellent. Episode 50 with Michael Krieger. I met him once in Denver, where Andy lives. So it's pretty neat. I went to that Bitcoin meetup down there in Denver, and they had a little panel discussion with myself and Trace and Andy and Michael Krieger. So let's check out right now. Let's have a live look in on Andy Hoffman. This is also live on the World Crypto Network. So it's cool if you guys want to check it out over there, or do what I'm going to do right here. Scroll down, give Andy a thumbs up. Remember, thumbs up are free, so you just got to go give them out. And let's check out Andy Hoffman. Let's go straight to the live part. I want the hip live part. Oh, come on.
But I could see the writing on the wall. Things were bad before Mt. Gox went to totally belly up. So that's why I was telling you that, because I had pulled all my pretty much pulled everything out of it by then.
Well, when I first bought into the Mt. Gox, which was at the end, I mean, I bought basically one Bitcoin worth, $1,000 or so. And at the time, I knew nothing other than that they had this big, giant market share. And I remember you telling me, yeah, but Andy, this Coinbase is probably a lot safer. And in the big picture, if they actually wind up giving me back what I had in there, this will have been the better bet. But it was a pretty horrific experience for everyone involved. And I kind of doubt they'll give me back what I'm owed. Well, anyway, a lot has occurred. In the double dog years pace of cryptocurrency development since Mike last appeared on my show in April, the week of the World Crypto Network's amazing Denver event, which featured Mike and myself, Trace Mayer, Adam Meister, Thomas Hunt, and Vortex, that you can
woo,
Network's YouTube channel. Let alone Mike and I did a January 26th one-on-one in which we discussed whether Bitcoin prices were being manipulated by the then newly launched CME and CBOA futures markets, a topic which I'll get to in a moment. For now, I'd like to start with the current state of the Bitcoin market and subsequently cryptocurrency in general. The way I see it, 2016 was the year of the halving, 2017 the scaling debate, and 2018 consolidation of the post-SegWit crypto bubble, in large part caused by hot Wall Street money entering the space after January 1st. Within that meme, the first half of the year, when Mike and I did our last two podcasts, we endured massive selling by the Mt. Gox trustee, and as it turns out, Bitmain, given the financial mess it put itself into by supporting the Bcash Ponzi scheme. Lately, ETF approval hype and denial despair have garnered the biggest headlines, but in the background, the real news has been an exploding Bitcoin hash rate, the death of all perceived competition, and relentless news flow about mainstream mining, manufacturing, and media companies entering the space. The Bitcoin price bottomed at a $100 billion market cap, i.e. the Hoffman line, the day the Mt. Gox trustee's biggest sale back in February, and with it, Bitcoin dominance at 32%. The Hoffman line has been successfully retested 3 times, but altcoins have not yet showed similar signs of bottoming. And while the most recent ETF denial panic has subsided, further SEC decisions, including a potentially major one September 30th, that may be delayed again, remain on the horizon. Given all these variables, Mike, what's your take on where Bitcoin stands today in terms of network strength, means?
Well, we all know that Bitcoin is awesome and doing just fine. It's so funny. Every time he mentions the Hoffman line, I think about the Maginot line, which was in France and didn't hold at all. It was the famous line that Hitler drove around. They went through Belgium instead of going across the Maginot line. Here we go. Here's a picture from Wikipedia.
You might need to take care of someone in the chat. Getting a little rowdy.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he doubled down on it. I mean, if they say it once and it's like, well, I don't want to talk about this, but then now it's just become a whole thing. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
there it is.
Going with your,
the Maginot line. What Hitler ended up doing is he actually went through France, or he went through Belgium. I'm sorry. So if you look up here in the north part where it says weak fortifications, he went through the part of the weak fortifications. This part here with the strong fortifications, these are those fortresses that you saw up here, things like this. He didn't drive through that at all. The actual only time these were used is that the Germans got in there and they used these against the Allies when the Allies attacked them from Germany. So
wow,
these were really only used like for the other country that didn't build them. But it was a historic, huge mistake, and it just kind of hammers home this idea that Patton has that walls are just stupid. So, but yeah, there it is, the Maginot line. That's what I always think of when he's always the Hoffman line. We've got to hold the line. But good stuff from Andy. Exciting stuff about the Bitcoin and what he thinks about the different years of Bitcoin and how we're going to grow. Looks like a good interview with Michael Krieger. And you can check that out right now or later. It will be on YouTube. And even later, it'll be on the World Crypto Network audio podcast. Shout out to our podcast viewers. Are you listening to this live? Again, I talked to Cody yesterday. He tells me we're getting, it sounded like 4 times more viewers on the podcast. So
nice.
Hello to the YouTube audience and hello to the podcast audience a day later or half a day later as well.
What's up?
Time delay. So I know we can tell them sports scores. The Astros beat the A's. Dun, 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 dun. How did I know?
Oh, man.
But we've got an exciting prediction on Bitcoin from the Satis Group. Unfortunately, they're an ICO advisor, I guess. So much for that. But they say Bitcoin's going to $96,000 a coin. How about that? Sounds pretty good. $96,000 a Bitcoin. Let's have some more headlines about that. Oh, too late. Look, Forbes has it. CoinDesk has it. Coin Insider has it. They all 96,000. Look, here it is. FX Street, Finder AU, Bitcoin Exchange Guide. Oh, tell me more. There are 679 results based upon this search that Bitcoin could go to 96,000. So again, that's how media is done. It's a copy of the same story. It just goes all over. Look, here it is in looks like Dutch.
Jesus Christ.
Onder ze woken Latien. Bitcoin course 5 jar tilt $96,000. So every time, and the same thing happens with the negative predictions. Here's an old one, Pantera, saying Bitcoin will hit 67,500. That's not as much as 96,000. This is obviously much, much better. Let's keep going. Yeah, we had the Rakuten noise. And, oh, that's it. We hit the end of the news. That means it's time for the call-in part of Bitcoin Talk Show. So we're going to go ahead and unmute the call-in computer. And if you'd like to give us a call now on Skype, World Crypto Network, all one word, or at 518-600-1949. And our country of the day, shout out to Antigua. We had someone in the chat said, hello from Antigua.
Nice.
There it is right there, down by Puerto Rico. Looks like it's part of this island belt, along with St. Kitts, home of Roger Ver, at least home of the citizenship of Roger Ver. Who knows where he actually lives, by the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. It's pretty good. Puerto Rico's, it's pretty big sized. I always forget how large it is.
Going back to your comment on the walls, Chester Copperpot in the chat just mentioned that the Great Wall of China was the Mongols basically they dominated them still. So shows how much that wall was good for.
They just rode around that wall. Just the same thing that Hitler did, the Mongols did thousands of years earlier.
Right.
And of course, the big quote from Patton is that fixed fortifications are a monument to the stupidity of man.
Ooh, wow.
It's good. I also like it because he uses monument in there. So he's describing something cement and heavy and hard to move. So it's like a double whammy. He's really slamming it. And just he's the one in the movie speech anyway. We're not holding on to anything. Let the enemy do that. We're going to hold on to them by their shirts and kick them in the ass. We're going to run through them like shit through a goose. We're going to use their guts to grease the treads of our tanks.
That's pretty intense.
I feel sorry for those poor bastards.
Yeah. It's a great pre-battle speech right there.
Yeah, I did a version of that speech with Bitcoin. I should pick that up. Let's see.
Really? Did the price go up right after you did it?
I'll bet the price was probably around $300 or something when I did this. The price used to be so much less. Let's see. Here we go. Since there are no calls, I'm going to play you guys a little bit of this Mad Bitcoin speech to the Third Army. It's pretty short. I'll probably play the whole thing, although it looks like it's going to bring an ad up in the middle. That's kind of fun. Ad for me.
I want you to remember that no bastard has ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country. Men, all this stuff you've heard about Bitcoin not wanting to fight, wanting to stay out of the war, is a lot of horse dung. Bitcoiners traditionally love to fight. All real Bitcoiners love the sting of battle. When you were kids, you all admired the champion marble shooter, the fastest runner, the big league ball player, the toughest boxers. Bitcoiners love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Bitcoiners play to win all the time. Why, I wouldn't give a hoot in hell for a man who lost and laughed. That's why Bitcoiners have never lost And we'll never lose a war because the very thought of losing is hateful to Bitcoiners. Now, pool mining is a team. It lives, eats, sleeps, mines as a team. This individuality stuff is a bunch of crap. The bilious bastards who wrote that stuff about individuality in the Saturday Evening Post don't know anything more about real battle than they do about fornicating. Now we have the finest ASICs and GPUs, the best spirit, and the best people in the world. You know, by God, I almost pity those poor fiat bastards we're up against. By God, I do. We're not just going to shoot the bastards. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our miners. We're going to murder those lousy fiat bastards by the bushel. Now, I know some of you boys are wondering whether or not you'll chicken out under fire. Don't worry about it. I can assure you that you will do your duty. The credit card fees of the enemy. Wade into them. Spill their blood. Shoot them in the belly. When you put your hand into a bunch of goo that a moment before was your best friend's Bitcoin wallet, you'll know what to do. Now, there's another thing I want you to remember. I don't want to get any messages saying that we are holding our position. We're not holding anything. Let the fiat do that. We're advancing constantly. We're not interested in holding on to anything but the enemy. We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose. Now, there's one thing that you men will be able to say when you get back home, and you may thank Bitcoin for it. 30 years from now, when you're sitting around your fireside with your grandson on your knee, and he asks you, what did you do in the great digital currency war? You won't have to say, well, I shoveled bits in Louisiana. All right now, you sons of bitches know how I feel. I'll be proud to lead you wonderful Bitcoins into battle anytime, anywhere. That's all.
And there it is, Mad Bitcoin
nice.
speech to the third Bitcoin army. So pretty fun stuff there. Little classic Mad Bitcoins for you.
That is awesome. I feel so motivated. I gotta make someone else die for their country for sure.
There it is.
Their altcoin.
That video was published on June 22nd, 2013. So that video is more than 5 years old.
Wow.
I know, it's getting pretty bad. The longer you stay in this, you know, you just keep making stuff and you keep staying in it. But yeah, if people, I've got a whole playlist of these actually, because I made a whole bunch of Bitcoin parodies and speeches. So let's see what else I've got. I've got the Vegas one. Did you see that one? That was pretty recent. We're actually going back tonight to hand out flyers. Do you see the V for Vendetta Vegas one?
No, let me see that.
All right, so this is my plan to move to Las Vegas, and pretty much I've carried out most of this plan. If you're in the Las Vegas area, join us at bitcoinlasvegas.org. You can join our meetup, and tonight we're meeting up down on Fremont Street to give out Bitcoin flyers and just have a good time. But here's the video where I kind of announced it, and this is a parody of V for Vendetta. So if you should get that. Oh, cool. We get ads. The video will start in 3 seconds. That's cool. There you go. 5 seconds for Mad 5 cents for Mad Bitcoins.
Let's get that money.
Good morning, Bitcoin. Allow me first to apologize for this interruption. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of today in Bitcoin routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition. I enjoy them as much as the next bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration, remembering those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful, bloody scaling war, or a celebration of a nice holiday, like someone buying 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. I thought perhaps we could mark this May the 22nd, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak. I suspect that even now, orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way. Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with Bitcoin, isn't it? Greed and madness, power and control. And when you once had only Bitcoin, plain and simple, 21 million units, sound money that ends war, unifies the planet on a single currency, and prepares humanity for intergalactic space exploration. Now you had every business in the world singing the praises of Satoshi as the inventor of the blockchain, a shared database of conformity, soliciting your submission. Everyone's got their own blockchain, but they're all private. Who does the security? Who knows? Meanwhile, the miners carbon copied every coin they mined, and now there are so many altcoins you can't even count. How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into the mirror. I know why you did it. I know why you were greedy. Who wouldn't be? Money, money, money. You were going to buy low and sell high. The others would be left holding the bag. You were the smart one. There were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor, altcoin ICO Smith. They promised you a world computer, distributed applications, but all you got were endless tokens that you traded for less and less Bitcoin. Sometimes you ate the bear, and sometimes the bear ate you. More than 5 years ago, a great citizen wished to embed the 22nd of May forever in our memory. His hope was to remind the world that you could buy a pizza for Bitcoin. And whether you eat pizza or eat meat, that's not the point. Those are perspectives. Bitcoin is about more than words. It's about action. Spread the word about Bitcoin. Tell your friends. Do not allow this 22nd of May to pass unmarked. Tell them about the pizza. Tell them it's worth $82 million and watch their eyes light up. That's greed. And watch them venture through the steps of denial, Bitcoins, altcoins, ICOs, wrecked and back to Bitcoin again. But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me and spread the word about Bitcoin in Las Vegas. And together we will Bitcoin Las Vegas in a way that will never, ever be forgotten. Beneath Bitcoin, there is more than just flesh. Beneath Bitcoin, there is an idea. The time has come to spread the word about Bitcoin, and the place to do it is Las Vegas. More information and a better website coming soon. But for now, if you are in the Las Vegas area or thinking about moving there and joining a viral campaign to spread the word about Bitcoin to the more than 40 million tourists who visit Las Vegas every year, join us at bitcoinlasvegas.org. There it is. Another little Mad Bitcoins video talking about looks like Bitcoin in Las Vegas. I think the only one to play after that, I don't have it ready, but I should pull out my recent one that I did on World Crypto Network about Las Vegas, which is actually, that was part of the plan where I told you about the plan and how we're going to move to Las Vegas. This one, we actually did it. We went to downtown Las Vegas. We talked to the people. We gave out flyers, and it was pretty fun. And we're doing it again tonight. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, I'm scrolling back desperately. We do so many videos here. It's pretty great. I had to go pretty far back. This is the second time that we handed out videos on the strip. It looks like they're playing an ad.
Doorbuster.
Cool. 5 cents for Mad Bitcoins.
Nope.
Or 5 cents for the World Crypto Network, maybe in this case. But check this out. This is just a little bit of our Bitcoin in Las Vegas video, which we'll be doing again tonight. Good morning, Bitcoin. We are live in Las Vegas, Nevada, handing out flyers about Bitcoin. Have you guys heard about Bitcoin? Give it a try. Thank you. Bitcoin. There it is. Just that easy.
Delicious pizza and Bitcoin.
How you doing, Mr. Mad Bitcoins?
Hey, it's Corey. How's it going, Corey?
Excellent. Bitcoin's amazing, you know, and I like to tell people that it's the single most important thing happening on the planet right now, a life-changing investment that will also free the world at the same time.
About Bitcoin, check it out.
Bitcoin, where is that at?
Internet money goes up in value. It's amazing.
Where's it at?
And there it is, a little bit of Bitcoining Las Vegas with Mad Bitcoins. And it was fun to see that shot of the plaza at the end there where with all the lights that Corey and I walked into. That was where they filmed, or at least they mocked up and filmed the shot in Fear and Loathing where they can't park their car on the sidewalk. And they've perched the great red shark over that edge there, parking on the sidewalk. And the guy keeps saying, "You can't park your car here. You can't park your car here."
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, got a call?
Looks like we got a call. Hello, caller. You're live on the World Crypto Network. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. It's Christian from Morro Bay once again.
Hey, Christian. How's it going?
Hey, Christian.
Who's your guest?
This is Coin Packets. Say hello, Coin Packets.
Coin Packets. I love Coin Packets. You're great,
Hey.
man. Just want to check
man.
in with, there's been 2 RSVPs and another invitee for this Sunday's Morro Bay Bitcoin Meetup at 3 p.m. at the Rock Espresso Bar. And we're going to talk about crypto hygiene. Trezor, anyone? So I'm excited about that. And I'm on my Labor Day days off. I'm going to study up and do a little presentation of what little I know about crypto hygiene, Bitcoin hygiene, and hopefully learn more from others. So thanks you guys for your inspiration and the great guerrilla theater you guys are doing there on Fremont Plaza.
That sounds great. Very exciting. The Morro Bay Bitcoin Meetup is having a meetup this weekend on Sunday. That's great. So you got approved by Meetup. Everything's working and all set with your location?
Yep. And so far, so good. I'm excited, and it'll be 2 hours, but I set it up for a weekly meetup, and I need to take a page out of your book and do some flyers, and as a social and Bitcoin experiment, walk around town and maybe develop a TV guide log line explanation of Bitcoin. That takes about maybe 15 seconds to alliterate there. And yeah, man, life is good.
I think experiment is the right word and the way to go with this, because you're not going to always be successful. People aren't always interested in the Bitcoin when you give them a flyer or you tell them about it. But if you experiment it, and if you're testing and you're kind of testing them, you're like, what if I tell you about Bitcoin? And also remember, in a way, we're all creating those stories where someone always says, like, let's say Bitcoin goes back up to 20K. Everyone that I told about Bitcoin will suddenly remember it. And they'll all say, oh, I remember that Bitcoin. Someone told me about that. Or they gave me a flyer, or I went to a meetup, or someone at a coffee shop was talking about it loudly. They'll all remember that when it goes to 20K. But right now, while it's low, they can't remember any of that. They can't see any of that. But we can go out and plant as many of those as we can in this time period, and then see what happens later, right?
Yep, absolutely. And people love to hear stories and anecdotal evidence. So that's kind of what I asked the attendees to bring. If your wallet is warm, or if it's a hot wallet, I would say that mine is, admittedly kind of warm. It's just on my mycelium. And but I do hold the keys. So I want to make that jump to the Trezor and also the Open Dime, and increase my knowledge of Bitcoin and be responsible for my own finances.
Definitely. The Trezor is great. It's a great wallet. It's really easy to use once you get it set up. You mainly just have to write down those words, and then you're in business. And once you use it a couple of times, you get really used to it. And it does kind of feel like your own bank. And what's great about it is, remember, you can buy multiple Trezors. If you have a lot of money in Bitcoin, you don't have to keep it in one Trezor. You can keep it in a couple. You can hide it in different places. You can get different safe deposit boxes. So there are options out there for physical security.
Sounds great. And yeah, man, you guys keep up the great work. Always enjoy listening to you and the World Crypto Network. And have a great Bitcoin day. Cheers.
All right. Thanks for the call, Christian, and congratulations on the new meetup. Good stuff.
Thanks, Christian. Yeah, that's some awesome work.
Thank you. Thank you, Coinbits. Take care.
All right. And that's the way it is. If you don't have a meetup in your location, or if your meetup's too far away, or if your meetup got taken over by Bcashers, it's time to start a new Bitcoin meetup. You don't just have to keep going to that meetup and shrug your shoulders and say, well, the Bcashers took over our meetup. We don't know what else to do. We just kind of pretend it's not happening. You don't have to do that. You can start your own meetup. You can go to a different meetup.
Do you have a Bitcoin meetup story where Bcashers took over that you want to share? I never had that happen to me.
I can. Well, the way that it first has to do with the way that Meetup.com works. So Meetup.com is a useful tool, but they want your money, right? So if you want to have a meetup that's like bigger than 50 people, something like that, you have to pay Meetup.com a monthly fee. So this works pretty good, and you go along for a while. But let's say that you get tired of running your meetup and you just kind of quit. And the thing you really get tired of is paying Meetup their goofy fee. So whoever had the Bitcoin or the Las Vegas Bitcoin meetup either stop paying their goofy fee, and then someone came in and took it over, or the people who run it just had a change of heart and they just decided that Bcash was better, right? And that it was more pure and true to Satoshi's vision and these kind of things. But yeah, I don't know how exactly it happened, but if you look at the Las Vegas Bitcoin meetup, it's not so much about Bitcoin. They'll have an event like Christian was talking about, how to use a Trezor, but they'll tell you how to store your Bitcoin Cash on it, which would have gotten you an 85 or a 90% loss so far in Bitcoin Cash. So it's pretty amazing if you go that way. And again, people get tricked that way. A friend of mine, they stole all his money. This is the saddest story. I'm going to make you guys all cry. Okay, so My friend had all his money on Coinbase. And of course, somebody hacks in. Maybe it's even an inside job. Could have been one of his roommates or something. You know, you leave your laptop open. You're not very serious about your security. And your Bitcoin show up missing and they're gone. So they stole all of his Bitcoin. Then Coinbase, good guy Coinbase, finally gives him his Bcash like a year later, a year and a half later or something. And he gets his Bcash. And then he decides instead of selling the Bcash for Bitcoin, like everyone I know told him to do, he's just going to hold that Bcash because, you know, oh, they gave it to me for free. I'll just hold it. And then, yeah, Bcash went from $800 to $500. So it's been pretty crushing so far.
Yeah, he got wrecked.
Yeah, and this can happen to you with the Bitcoin meetup, or maybe you just don't like the guy that runs the other Bitcoin meetup, or maybe it's cross town and you want to start the Midtown one or the downtown branch. We can all work together in these meetups, and we can all turn more people onto crypto. And you can start your own meetup in your hometown. And just like Christian was saying, think of it as an experiment. For the next 6 months, I'm going to do an experiment on Meetup.com. where I have dinner at the same place every week, and I have dinner and a drink, and I see if anyone shows up to talk about Bitcoin. And that's it. That's the kind of commitment that you need to be an organizer. And as an experiment, if it doesn't work after 3 months, if it doesn't work after 6 months, whatever the terms of your experiment are, you can stop. And you can say, well, that didn't work. I'm not going to do it. But you can start your own Bitcoin meetup.
Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Let's see if there's any more callers out there. We're going to keep the call lines open just for a couple more minutes. I think there's a lot of live Bitcoin shows on this morning, so we're not going to fight against the waves. But if you would like to call us at World Crypto Network, all one word, or at 518-600-1949. We're talking about Eminem. We're talking about Bitcoin. We did some Wikipedia editing. That lasted all of 30 seconds. It was fun. And checking out the Tallycoin fundraiser. I've been talking about Europe lately. Might be time for another Mad Bitcoins Goes to Europe trip. I used to have my Europe graphic up. I'll have to get that up again. Get the people excited, see if there's anybody out there that wants me to crash on their couch. But yeah, I might be going back to Europe. They have interest of having me at the HCPP conference, the hacker conference in Prague. And a lot of people just keep saying that everyone needs to go to the Baltic honey badger. I'm not so sure. It's very far north and it's very far east. So it's going to be quite a hike to get there. Although I guess everything in Europe is just a 2-hour plane ride away, right? Because it's so small. But what do you think, Coin Packets? Back to Europe again?
I'm actually catching up on this Ethereum. They're doing like some impromptu block reward reduction. So not a halvening, but they're deciding to hard fork, like for some reason, immediately from rewarding people 3 ETH to 2 ETH. So that looks like a disaster.
That sounds like a good idea. Like you say, we do have breaking news from CoinDesk. They actually use the word breaking properly for once, because this is actually a breaking story. Usually it's like breaking something that happened yesterday. But Ethereum developers move to reduce new cryptocurrency creation. And I agree with you. I think impromptu is a great word for this, because unlike Bitcoin, where everything's kind of planned ahead and kind of legislated in the public, if you will, that we discuss it and we debate it and so on. It sounds like Ethereum, this decision was finalized on Friday, with developers agreeing to include the code for such a change as part of Ethereum's upcoming October upgrade, Constantinople. Speaking on a video call, much like this one, a group of 14 developers agreed to support code that would reduce the amount of new cryptocurrency introduced on Ethereum to 2 ETH per block, down from 3 ETH today, implementing an updated version of an Ethereum improvement update called EIP 1234. Hey, that's the password to my luggage.
Oh,
killer Spaceball joke. But yeah, this is reducing the amount of inflation on Ethereum, right? This is reducing their structure. And we all know that the Bitcoin structure is the structure of the halvening, where every 4 years the amount of Bitcoin being produced cuts in half. This Ethereum structure seems to be whenever 14 developers meet on a video call and agree to reduce the inflation structure of Ethereum, that's when it occurs.
Yeah, I mean, 14. This is basically the Fed at this point. You have 14 developers choosing how to manage inflation. There's no hard cap or maximum supply for Ethereum. They're just randomly picking today to decide to do a hard fork to reduce the block rewards. It's just so bad.
Well, it makes it very difficult to plan out your investment as well. I've always avoided investing in Ethereum, probably much to my detriment, but it was because of things like this. I like the Bitcoin investment where I feel secure that there are 21 million units and that the halving is going to happen on structure. Whereas this Ethereum, I don't know what you call this, a third inning, seems to be happening impromptu and randomly.
Right.
They're just kind of coming out with it. It says also that investors and miners who attended a meeting about upgrades which should be included were not invited to this week's meeting and did not attend. So they're saying that there was controversy building. 2 ETH was positioned as the conservative choice. Let's see. They want to even revisit the question after 8 months. So it sounds like the Ethereum Federal Reserve is meeting again in 8 months to make another decision on the Ethereum so-called cryptocurrency. Let's see. Casper developer.
So decentralized.
Yeah. I know it would be a bummer if a government showed up and rounded up these people and asked them to change their currency. I mean, that's how hard Ethereum is. Ethereum is a group of 14 developers on a video call hard. So when people compare Ethereum with Bitcoin and they say they prefer Bitcoin, maybe this is one of the reasons. So
yeah, that's crazy. I also saw something else where I'll send you the link, but someone was basically saying, what is the highest blockchain version that you see in an ICO or altcoin say? And he was like, the highest I've heard is blockchain 4.0. And it just brought me back because I was thinking when I was looking at Cardano and I was watching the founder of Cardano speak about it, he was like, Bitcoin is blockchain 1.0. It's very legacy. It's old. It's slow. It's this and that. And then we have Ethereum, which is blockchain 2.0, just a little bit faster, better properties here and there. But now you have Cardano, blockchain 3.0. I remember at the time I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool, 3.0," because I'm from the software. I'm from the software realm, so I'm like, "Yeah, better version number. That makes sense to me."
Blockchain in 3D, 3D blockchain.
Exactly. Yeah, not knowing that is all straight bullshit. So it's just insane.
They need a 4D blockchain. That's the blockchain with time. Time coin. Right. Every second we print a new time coin.
Yeah, I gotta find the tweet because it's hilarious. But yeah,
we have a great tweet from Ian DiMartino. Ian writes, "I remember everything was about to collapse. The community was fighting. Blocks were full. The price was down. The CIA was assassinating our best people. Paycoin was taking over. Then Not Alike came out, and the next thing I knew, we all had Lambos." Beautiful story about Royce 5'9" and the hero of Bitcoin. This is a good time for me to quote myself here. So we should say we quote Ian and we say Royce 5'9" is a hero of Bitcoin. I wish he had a Twitter. Let's see what we can do about that.
I'm pretty sure he has a Twitter.
Royce 5'9". Royce 59 is pretty
safe.
TT Royce 5.
No, he probably doesn't have a Twitter.
Not an easy one. Royce 5'9" is a hero of Bitcoin. We just get this part here. Should put more images in these. All right, bam, there it is. That's how you spread things. And remember, the message of this show is Royce to 5'9" is a hero of Bitcoin. I'm not saying that you should edit the Wikipedia to add this line, but I'm saying it is possible. And maybe one of you is a real Wikipedia editor out there who can get this properly added with a citation. And we can get some kind of a section about Bitcoin added to Royce to 5'9", hero of Bitcoin. And we're going to run to the end of this show. So we want to give a shout out to our Patreons at patreon.com/WCN, where 33 patrons are donating $239 a month to support this show, and patreon.com/madbitcoins, where 78 patrons are donating $477 a month. It's quite a system they've got there at Patreon. All month, you as a content creator think that you're getting a little bit of money. Then at the end of the month, when they charge everyone's credit card, a whole bunch of people have their credit cards canceled and you get less money. So every month when you get paid, the number that you get paid goes down. It's like a constantly lowered expectations. Like this month I might make $100 and then you get 80. And next month I might get $80 and then you get 60. It's an interesting thing they've got going over at Patreon. But still, who can complain? It's money to support doing this show and taking the phone calls. And that's also what happens when you donate Bitcoin to the QR codes on your screen, or when you give us a thumbs up and a share, or if you retweet instead of just favoriting. Remember, a retweet shares it with everyone else, and a favorite shares it with some people sometimes. So be sure to retweet, be sure to thumbs up, share this episode, and spread the word about Bitcoin. We're going to be back in Las Vegas tonight handing out the flyers. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, check that out. And Coin Packets, where can they check out you? Anything you want to say as we're towards the end?
Yeah, sure. Just check me out on Twitter. Coin Packets, best place to find me.
And then I almost forgot. I think we need to go over those lyrics at least one more time. The amazing lyrics by Royce to 5'9". Let me see if I can do them justice. I'm gonna, do a little reading here. Let's see. Need water. Okay, so pretend the show ended and you donated Bitcoin and you're waiting around a couple of seconds. Here we go. The sky is blue. The tie is new. The Maserati white and cool like G-Eazy. While these dudes trying to figure out how to do a freestyle as fly as me, I'm confused trying to figure out how to do Capri Styles and Maya G. Everybody's doing chick joints. Probably rob these little dudes at first point. Remember everybody used to bite nickel? Now everybody doing Bitcoin. There it is. Everybody doing Bitcoin. Until next time, which will probably be the Bitcoin group at 1 o'clock today, if we can gather up some more people, or maybe just another episode of Bitcoin Talk Show tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.